And these people then are the pilot, co-pilot, the navigator, bombardier, two waist gunners, the left side and the right side, the radio man, and the engineer, and the other two people are the tail gunner and the bottom turret gunner. And some of these guys were familiar with that, and they named the aircraft the Coral Princess. A little bit out of place in North Africa, actually. But then there was a country western singer called Judy
Canova.
I can't call her Canova. And I wanted to name a plane after her, but we didn't get that done. So that's mainly what I did. Now this is a B-24D. This is the aircraft we flew across. And then originally where we picked it up in Harrington, Kansas, and then went on over as I explained last night to you.
Now I'll zoom in on you. Whoa, that's too zoomy. Right there.
Yeah. This is Walter Syroid. He's the navigator. Jimmy White is the bombardier. Nelson Willingham is one of the pilots. And this is the pilot of the aircraft when we flew over. And I was rated as a co-pilot. He was rated as a pilot. This is Clyde Eager Peacock, who was a waist gunner. Needham Toller was the engineer. Milt Holland, his name's H-A-A-L-A-N-D, was from Montana, tail gunner. J.W. Brooks was from Washington, D.C., and he was radio man. Verl Birch was a radio man. And Isidore Jacobson was an assistant radio man and a gunner. And this fellow's name is Baldock. I can't remember his first name. And he was the crew chief. He was non-flying. He took care of the aircraft on the ground. And of course, they actually were the most important part of the whole thing as far as that goes, because they kept the aircraft up in good shape. And they worked sometimes all night to get the aircraft ready for the next day's mission. And later on, they took these and put a turret in the front of the plane, and it had two machine guns in there. We were getting a lot of attacks. These people would come in from the front and fly right over your airplane. And this is how I had the windshield broken out when this guy come in from the front. And I don't know what it was, a piece of shrapnel or something broke the windshield out. And then that's when I got my hand, we had these electric gloves, and that's when that was burned the back of my hand because it was real cold air coming in there. All right, we've got the tail gunner, the belly gunner, the top gunner, and they got two waist gunners, one on either side. And then we have the pilot and the co-pilot here, and the engineer. And then here we have the navigator and the bombardier. So the total crew was 10 people. This was the color that they painted for the desert in Africa, but later on they didn't paint these things pink. They just sent them out of the factory, whatever color they were. It was aluminum, most of them. What was I don't really know why they camouflaged them unless they thought people couldn't find them on the ground. Now, what I showed you, what I told you last night about icing up when we flew the Atlantic, this black here and here, those are what's called boots, and they are inflatable, and that's what cracks the ice off if you're building up ice.